Alright, and back to Fossil Fighters Champions. Last time, we defeated the Ilium Island Super Cup Battle Royal thing. Now, we've had our final tournament open up to us in the BB Brigade base. Now, there's a bit of an interesting rule set for this one. It's that there is no restrictions on what you are allowed to use. However, this is what this door was for the whole time. If the stadium is built, come right now. Raining Tigers you up, the thrill of you to enter. Love to. So, please allow me to explain the rules. Champion rules require battle challengers there until none remain. Challengers are not permitted to change teams, so you'll make your best Vivisaurs. Through the door on your left. You cannot change your team out for any of these battles, so you have your best 5 go in. And our first up is Stella. Welcome to the Champions Tournament. Surprised to see me? Time to show off your staff leader. Time to show off the staff leader battles. All right, let's take Stella on and show her just how much we've grown. She has Tefla, Kamara, Hibigan. She has 2 Super Evolvers and a Kamara. Everything she has gold fossils of perfect clean. However, I as well have that for my Compso, and you will indeed be noticing some new Vivisaurs on the team. We have my favorite dinosaur, Paraloth. I actually really like Parasaurolophus. Actually was a dinosaur that I really loved, and yeah, I think it's not exactly the most defensive thing out there. It does actually have a good crit rate. It also has pretty good evasion, but it doesn't really have that much health relative to everything else. I think actually my leadoff team with this will actually be really good, because I want Dimetrodon on the team, because Dimetro does have that really good debuff effect. I can hit my excitement, yeah! And good, we managed to have a slight outspeed. That actually was some really good advantage that it has, is it would actually give me a little bit of an outspeed. We don't have any advantage in terms of... Well, Hibigan is not... Yeah, Hibigan is not very defensive, so I think our best option should actually be try to take out Hibigan first. Gravel breath! My breath is gravel. Good, 110 damage. That takes down almost everything it's got. And we're going to rotate this back front. And I think Aloe Bite should be enough to finish it off. Yep, just enough to, actually more than enough to finish the thing off. Funny thing, Hibigan, its name is based on a bit of a pun on the Japanese Bigfoot, Hibagan, I believe is how it's actually pronounced. Basically a bit of a pun on that, which I love that. I do love that. It's a little pun. We're gonna charge up Dimetro's Sail Fan for destruction. And then we're going to take down Tefla, the Super Evolver. Tefla is actually the Super Evolver of the Eros Vivisaur. So that's what Super Evolves into. Tefla Scale. 1 damage. And again, that is the sheer ridiculous power of Compso. Kamara Crash. Thankfully, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage because we have actually decreased its ability to do damage, because that's what happens when you take down a Vivisaur's partner, is it actually decreases the Team Strike attack power. Good. Move on. Next attack, our move. Fortunately, our debuff is so ludicrously absurd that this will still do enough damage, because we'll still be able to use Dimetro Whirl for big damage. See, that's how much damage we're doing. Yeah, sure, we're not really much of an attack with Compso, but just our sheer ridiculous debuff is destroying everything it can do. And this is a 250% power boost with charge, and 280 damage. That's just ridiculous. We just deal out ridiculous absurd amounts of damage. Aloe Bite should be enough to finish it off. If not, barely a sliver will remain. Yep. Barely a sliver shall remain of your health. And with that, the turn change is over to you. Kamara's LP recovery. Actually, it was a good thing I didn't go for camera first, because his LP recovery would be annoying. Tefla Scale. It's like a butterfly dino of doom, but it doesn't actually, it's not even a butterfly dino of doom, it's just a dino butterfly. Well, I guess doom for its user. Chimera Buster! See, like, that's how much damage, like, Compso is ridiculously frail, so it doesn't surprise me at taking that much damage from everything. But I think now our best option would be bring front and center with Demetro. Go for charge. Charge up my sail fan laser! And then I go for finishing off Allo Bite. Because we're going to have enough to use Demetro Whirl regardless. Excellent. Excellent. Actually, I can still use a Gravel Breath. I can still use a Gravel Breath. It's not really going to do anything. Because, like, we're going to be losing... We're going to probably lose Compso anyway, so I might as well at least get off an attack on it and deplete as much of my FP as possible. And with that, we rotate back around. Turn end off. Stella, what is your move going to be? Max out her FP, she's probably going for the Chimera Crash or Chimera Stomp. Huh, I was actually expecting Chimera Buster. Yeah, Chimera Buster or Chimera Storm, not Chimera Crash. But, well, she took it out anyway, but again, my point still stands. She went for the throat and taking out Compso. Doesn't matter now, we have our most powerful move of Demetro Whirl. Gonna go for the kill. It's not gonna probably get a kill. But the thing is, we at least have 2 Venusaurs that can deal double damage, and we're still dealing out ridiculous power. We're still dealing out a lot of damage, because, I mean, I like Chimera. It's very good, but it's not enough. It really isn't enough to stack up with our Venusaur team. Hello, Fury. The breath of void clouds. And that is game, set, and match. Actually, I probably should have kept it front and center anyway, because I would just use charge, and I don't... Actually, we wouldn't have enough to do charge and allo combo, because charge is obviously the best option regardless. Chimera Storm! It's storming the Chimera. I just call it Camera, because its name is Camera just with an E instead of without an E. Oh, we actually do have enough. We actually do have enough to go for charge and allo combo. And allo combo, Allo Fury. My favorite move, Allo Fury. Honestly, I have a feeling like Allosaurus, my stuffed Allosaurus, is going to become like a mascot for the channel at some point. Like as a pseudo-mascot, just because I love it so much. I mean, I do love it. I love Allo. It's my favorite dinosaur. Parasaurolophus used to be my favorite, but my favorite now is, actually... yeah, my favorite now is, the Allosaurus. It used to be the Parasaurolophus, but, yeah. I mean, I still have a soft spot for Parasaurolophus. I still have a soft spot for Parasaurolophus. It's just kind of funny that she actually can't use more FP than she has, because all of her moves consume less FP than her gain is, because she gains 230. Her max usage outside of Chimera Crash, not Chimera Storm. Chimera Storm is 300, but her strongest move outside of that is Chimera Crash is 300. Chimera Storm is 210. I keep messing up Chimera Crash and Chimera Storm, but with that we have proven victorious and gained 50 points. This is pretty much how you're supposed to raise up everything's level, because it's just a gauntlet back and forth of everything. With that, we move on to our next challenger in Terry. Look who's here, the champ in the flesh. I've wanted to battle you for a long time, so let's have some fun. But no, this is not actually close to the end of everything we have. We still have 4 major side quest things left to do. He has Peluro, Dimorph Ace, and Lugmos. Lugmos is actually the evolved form of Dimetrodon. I think it would probably be best for us to have... As much as I do love Compso, I think it'll be best if we don't have it in the team. I mean, no. Yeah, it'll be best if we have Compso, because Compso is ridiculous. Yes, Dimorph Ace can snipe me with its long-range attack. Actually, I'm pretty... It's either long or it's mid-range, but it's also fairly glassy. But we are the ones that will not have... Right, he has perfect fossil clean there, so and that's heavily debuffing me. He's going for a team attack. He is very much going for a team attack. I need this here. I need to rotate front and center. Also, I want that extra fossil power. Tri-Torpedo, good. This thing has, like, no defense. Hopefully this will be a destroying hit. Not sure if it will. That still is a good amount of damage. It's not enough to put it down, but it is still a good amount of damage nonetheless. Yeah, we don't have enough. Alright, turn end. Good thing is that we can actually go for a team attack with super effective power against everything, which is a good idea, but he's definitely charging up for a big attack, and I don't like that. But I do think that triple threat should indeed put an end to his die-morph ace. It will die and morph into a grave, because it is die-morph. There. And with that, die-morph ace has been felled. Look, that is the sheer power that is Compso. That is the sheer power that is Compso. It's so good. And turn end off. I'm actually using everyone on the team. Peloro combo. Rush. Uppercut. 0 damage. 1 damage. Like that, again, that's how absurd. Oh. That's rotations. I did not know those. Oh, Lugmoss is now going to come front and center and probably... Look. It didn't go for Compso. That probably would have killed Compso. That more than likely would have killed Compso with no remorse. But he made a foolish move. And let's just use Paraloff. Let's just have Paraloff get some damaging, because I love Paraloff. And actually, let's bring you forward, because you actually have that. Paraloff Rush. Spirit Calling. A 5... Yeah, it's barely more damage for an Enrage. I want to have the Enrage. Lugmoss has... You have lower accuracy. See, I want to try and Enrage this thing, because, like, if I can Enrage it, I can decrease its accuracy, but then I can also increase its power, which is not a great thing, but that's still great damage. Like, that is how stellar. That is how stellar that debuff is. It's ridiculous how amazing it is. I love it. And that is Lugmoss Blaster. Blasting forward. No scare tactics. You can't scare me. Red Spark is enraging me. Not sure how I feel about that, thankfully. Paraloff does at least have high accuracy, so that is helpful to me. We'll go for a... You know what? You try to enrage me. I try to enrage you right back at you. Hopefully this works. And it definitely still connected. I think it would be the best idea to go for an Inflame, so I can go for a Tri-Torpedo. Tri-Torpedo would probably destroy Lugmoss next turn and deal solid damage to Peloro. I mean, I guess a better idea also could potentially be take down Lugmoss first, then go for Peloro, but no. Red Blaster! Very weak, and it misses me, and it misses Compso. That is what we call a pathetic excuse for an attack. Lugmoss Tail. Smack, smack. Double smack. Not much damage dealt to my Tricera. Takes the hit like an absolute champion that it is. And we're gonna take you down. We are gonna take you down with a Tri-Torpedo. Triple threat spin attack. 210, 208, and 192. Excellent damage. Excellent damage. It's a 400 damage in total with that single attack. Oh. I didn't know you had solo power. I didn't realize you had solo power. Fist jab. Punch punch. Miss. Okay. I mean, you missed me, I missed you. Okay, that's fine. I can accept that. I can accept a miss. As long as you're gonna lose, because I know you're going to, because we still have 3. You got 1. 2 down, 1 to go. Let's take down Peloro. Oh boy, to bring in front and center. Red Spark. And it gets the Enrage. Not really gonna matter all that much in the grand scheme of things. But actually, Actually, I could do an Inflame, give that to Paraloff, and then use Paraloff's attack. I feel like your Paraloff Rush actually... Yep, Paraloff Rush is still usable. Maxed power at close range, negative 90% of your defense. Paraloff Rush. And that is a lethal strike. Almost 300 damage. You had nothing you could do, save for destroyed. Got 60 points for that victory. Exactly what I needed. Exactly what I needed. See you next time, folks. And this is our next battle. Now let's see what we can do against Ken, the final opponent of us. Wow, little dude, wasn't sure you'd still be here. Well, shredded Stella and Terry, but I'm gonna end your day right here. I like it how, like, one final person is like, you know, you might have gotten this far. However, I am the one that ends your career. I love that. He has Myrtle, Berta, Galgaron. These are... Actually, they don't have all the starters. Huh, I thought they did. They actually don't. So, this actually what Paraloff is going to be even better in this one. Yeah. And I think this is actually going to be a bit of a stellar team. Yeah, Marple is incredibly frail, so we want to pick that thing off as quickly as possible. But that thing has ridiculous defensive support options, so I want to take those things down first. Berta also is actually really good, but I want to take that thing. I want to take that Marple down, because Marple's support effects are utterly off the charts. I mean, geez, that thing is ridiculous. That thing needs to go down like yesterday. Myrtle! Look at River start running on my key right now. Seriously, I may let you as a slave over. I love those characters. I love those characters. Let's go for this, because I'm pretty... they still do have negative stats applied to all of them, because that's just how good the debuff is. That's 90%. Their evasion is indeed up. Of course, we can't go for Spirit Calling. Dino Uppercut is still really strong, but I don't want to go for that. I want to go for an Enrage, but yeah, they actually decently mitigate those debuffs. I want to take out Galgaron first. Galgaron is my top priority just because of that absurd defense it has. Good. We hit it with an Enrage. Sure, its attack is boosted, but at the very least, we've managed to subdue its ability to accurately hit us, so all we gotta do is just avoid. Oh, right, we have a negative evasion, so that's not gonna help us. Galgaron Tail! Smack, smack. They use the exact same animations as Lugmos. They use the exact same animations as Lugmos, so perfect. Skewer. Jumping Slam. I do love that, like the freaking like jump slam attack, I love it. But yeah, Marple is... I would go for Marple, but I want to take down that Galgaron first. Let's actually go for a Spirit Calling! I love that, like, this like rapid punches into the sky. Galgaron takes some big damage, Berta takes some big damage, and Marple takes a lot of damage. Oh, wow, we can act... Wow, Marple is just frail as freaking heck. If we take that thing down, actually, we can just go for, a Tri-Torpedo, and that thing is gone. Actually, I'm pretty sure even going for a, Oh, wait, we don't have any, team attacks. Oh, we do actually have team attacks. What am I saying? We have team attacks. Meanwhile, Galgaron Tail missed. Exactly what I needed to see. Berta combo. Actually, yeah, Kamso has not gotten any kills at all so far. I mean, sleep doesn't even matter. It does not even freaking matter that we have sleep now. We are no longer enraged, but here's the thing. Kamso is going to take down your support options with Terra Pulse. I guess it would be Terror Pulse in this case, because you lose all your support effects. Oh, wow, the thing survived. Marple. But Marple goes down. And Marple has been defeated. Let's just go for a Dino Uppercut, because I just want to see it. Dino Uppercut! I love it. Just like the slow-mo effects. Also, I love that it just goes freaking flopping around, which actually makes up with how the punch would go. And turn is over. Tricera is no longer taking a nap, but that doesn't matter because it's time to go destroy everything they have, bringing Berto front and center. Beta combo. 1 damage and a sleep does not mean a single thing to us, because now we go for our final move of Paraloff Rush, and we destroy them with Paraloff Rush. Rush forward, my Parasaurolophus. Destroy them. 608. Holy crap, that's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous amounts of damage. Yeah, that's pretty impressive fashion. That's pretty impressive fashion. And 70 points for that victory. In total, that is a guaranteed 3 level ups. And with that, we move on to our final and never thought I'd see the day where I battle on my own part. It's an honor to wage war. It's an honor. So this is where you battle. It's an honor to go to war with you. Now, let's make this battle one to remember. So this was that other battle that I was wondering about him. Yes. Okay. So I was wondering about that when we actually fought him again. But yes, this is our rematch. He has Balugon, Heracles, Terra. So this is a little bit of a neat detail. All of them use the evolved... No, they don't. No. Because Omias is the evolved form of Toba. They don't actually. They don't actually use all the evolved forms of the starters. I thought they did, but they didn't. They use most of them. Yeah, he uses one that is... I'm pretty sure he uses the one that is weak to you or something like that, or no. No, he doesn't. He always uses a blue gun, right? I'm just crazy. But in this, we will actually be switching out Tricera and going in with our Dimetrodon. I'd love to bring you Aloe, really bring it back where things began, but strategically, we need Kamso, we need Dimetro, and we're going to need Paraloff. Alright, and with this, our final battle with Joe Wild West begins. Let's take down our hero and see how far we've actually come. Love this music, utterly great. And we barely go first. Excellent. We debuff them heavily. Also, they ridiculously debuff me. Holy crap, actually. Unfortunately, we don't have our team strike attack team boosts. But thankfully, I'll be able to hit this thing for some big damage. Almost 300, taking out a near clear half of its health. They're probably going to take me down this turn, though, with how ridiculously low my defense is. I don't like that, though. Oh, he's not going for an attack. That makes me a little scared. But go for a Paraloff Rush once again. Let's see if this can actually do enough damage to potentially get a kill. Good critical hit. It's gone. And with that, Heracles is off of the field. I want to go take down Balugon. Like, as much as I love Para, but I think at this point he's a little bit expendable now. I mean, I don't like saying that he's expendable, but like, ideally, I need to keep Kamso for Terra. I mean, granted, I feel like Kamso's probably the most expendable of all, considering, but because like the Metrodon could take on Terra decently well. Then again, it would still be debuffing me. Yep, he's bringing it front and center. He's probably going to be taking on Balugon Breakdowns. Love that. He's freaking going to rock and rolls on through. Rock and roll, however, you're only doing 1 damage across. Actually, 5 damage to Kamso. Not great. Not exactly great. We absorb FP to get more power. Exactly what we needed. And I think this is where the game goes victorious for us. Yeah, I thought that they all used the evolved starters, but... Okay, so you survive with a little sliver. You survive with a little tiny sliver of health. Not exactly something to worry about. Fist jab your face in. Push push. Oh my, I love the death animation. That just like it flops around like a little stuffed animal. Which is the point. That is the point. It's supposed to be like a little stuffed animal toy thing. It's why I don't like the Super Evolvers, where they all kind of look stupid. They're not actual dinosaurs. They're based on other things, and they don't look as cool, I guess. They don't look as interesting. Great Vortex, the Vortex of Greatness. Sure, it gets us in range, but it's not going to matter because we have mid-range attacks. We have mid-range attacks. And we're not going to really be using our close-range attacker because it's not really the most useful thing in the world, and we'll still just have enough FP spare to use it. Because even considering the Metro Whirl and Kamso's Gravel Breath, we still have an extra leftover 10 fossil points, and that's not even considering all the other fossils we had left over to begin with. Because of the Belugon Breakdance that we absorbed, but we're still going to beat him anyway. And with that, Dimetro Whirl. How fitting? We end his ace with the ace he gave us. Because yes, his ace Pokemon is actually Terra. That's why when he's Don Boneyard, his ace Pokemon is his ace Vivasaur is actually B-Terra. And yep, that is another force level. You are forced into getting 5 level ups in these battles. Really good for raising up Vivasaurs, and they're not really that hard. They're not really hard. The other ones, in my opinion, are much harder to deal with. They smashing success. Thanks to you, I'm certain to see how well you became the reigning champion. Anyway, please accept this prize reward set as for your skill. The mini Stella, the mini Terry, and the mini Kent icon, as well as the mini Joe icon and the head mask. With that, we have received a mask that forces every single one of the fossils we dig up to be heads so long as we are wearing it. We also, of course, gained another level up. This concludes all our Fossil Stadium tourneys. However, I'm sure there are plenty of fighters who'd love to challenge the champion. You got no idea. This ends the main side quests we are going to be doing here. The other side quests to do are all the ones that were DLCs, that were just optional downloadable content you could get. And as much as I love them, we are going to be covering them. But yeah, I love them, and I was going to cover all the side quests in this whole game, but we didn't do that in base Fossil Fighters, and even though I do actually really like just the side quests here, because again, they're all pretty neat, I really don't see the point in doing it, because a lot of them are just go here, do a thing, and, like, okay, show you the person these things. The exact timing is pretty stupid. We already did the concert one, we had to do that one. Yeah, a lot of these things are just, go through, do a quiz thing, go through, do, collect something, and, the battle ones we've all done. There's really not a whole lot of them to do. Back from the Dead, Show and Tell, we've done that. We've cleaned all of them. We've done basically all of these things, and all the ones I feel are interesting enough to do that have some sort of story relevance, because that's really the big thing. A lot of them aren't relevant to the story outside the trash collector one, or the trash compactor, where it's really just, okay, go collect up these pieces of garbage that were from the monster that exploded. Nothing else really is too terribly important for the story, so with all of that, we've actually completed pretty much everything in the game. Again, there is the downloadable stuff, which we are going to be dealing with later, but yeah. We're done. Well, this is a little awkward, so before I actually go into everything else, I want to get one thing out of the way first. We cannot do the bonus data downloadable missions. There are 5 of them in total. The first is Ryan's Request. This is the first half of a series of them where it is for the Salada, Fossil Vivasaur Dino Metal, but all it takes for this one is just go with the download data, which we can't get because these are only accessible from Wi-Fi, which there are ways of, if you have a actual DS and have an actual copy of Fossil Fighters Champions, to still get them. There actually is a link, there actually is a thing on the Fossil Fighters Champions wiki page that details how to get it. But for bonus data on an emulator, there is actually no code that allows you to get this because this is downloadable data. It's not in the base game that a code can just input. The first part of this is Ryan's Request. Pretty much all it is go to Treasure Lake and go into Bonehead Hollow. Man in a pink dinosaur suit will be asking you to see a Menki medal, and that's all it is. Second part of this is the next side quest, which is Ryan's Challenge, which is the second part. After showing the Menki medal, he will challenge the player to a battle on Bone Chip Island. If you defeat him, you will receive the Salada Vivasaur medal. Stella is a Bonysaur that is actually a very interesting one. It has a very high attack stat, and it has a support effect that boosts the speed and attack of allies. It decreases the other stats of allies as well. It has the same pretty much stat spread of most Bonysaurs, of low defense, high attack, not really the greatest at everything else, but it deals out a lot of damage. It also has charge, so there is that. It also has parting blow, so it can do a lot of damage. It's a really neat thing, and it is kind of a shame it is locked specifically into into bonus data. However, the second series of side quests is the Denarian ones. This is how you actually get the Denarian Dino Medals from the first game. First one is Duna's Dew. This is one of the series of 3. Pretty much, it's just download the Wi-Fi data, go to Petrified Woods, where you will meet Duna. They will tell you that, Raptin is at Hot Spring Heights. Second part is actually Raptin's Rage, which is the second part of this trio. You first have to defeat Duna in the first one to get access to this. Then you will encounter Raptin. Raptin will then be defeated. Well, if you defeat Raptin, you will then get the next place, which will allow you to battle Dynol in the Stone Pyramid as part of the third one, Dynol's Debut. After this, of course, you beat him, you will receive the Dino medals for Duna, Raptin, Dynol, and the Dinomation medals. And after you defeat that, you can never see any of the Denarians ever again. They're gone. They just don't appear again. But yeah, it's pretty neat as an idea. It's like, again, it is pretty neat, but really all it is just 4 extra battles for, 6 Dino medals. 5 Dino medals. 5 Dino medals, yeah. And it's neat. It's pretty cool, but yeah, I definitely think that it is definitely pretty bad that we miss out on these because they are bonus data, but really all it is just me battling people over and over again, and we know that we've beat them because, well, we've done them. There is also other bonus data that you can download for Igno and Friggy, where it is just you get the Igno and Friggy Dino medals, but yeah, that's all it is. It's pretty neat, and with all of that done, I think it's time that we moved on to really the important part of everything, and that is the final judgment on this game, and really just my final thoughts as a whole. I love this game. I think it is utterly fantastic. I think it is a great game, and above all, I just think it's fun. It definitely has so much more to do than base Fossil Fighters, which I still say is not a great game. It does still feel like a tech demo, that it was just a game to see, will this concept work, iron out the issues, because this game just feels so much more complete. It's got just more character, it's got more battles, more content in the story, it's more interesting. Post-game, there is so much more to do. It's just all around great. You have an expansion of all the mechanics with just the new range system, with, the super rivals. I think the super rivals are definitely a weak point of the game, but, other than that, I don't think they're necessary to win. It's definitely a fun game, and if you can get it, I really recommend this. I'm not really sure how much else to say here, because we've really been over a lot of this stuff before, and I just feel like I'm reiterating myself, because I don't really know how much I can say. I like the characters, I like the story, I like the post-game, I like the more challenging battles, I like the reworked battle system. I'm pretty much just repeating myself over and over and over again. And the new Vivisaurs, maybe I can comment on that, but really, that's really all to say, but everything is just great. The first game really did feel incomplete, and this game really feels like a completed game. This feels like a completed game. It's just fun and entertaining. I'm definitely glad that I was able to revisit these games, especially Fossil Fighters Champions, because I did have very good memories of Fossil Fighters Champions, and it really is good to know that it actually was, the game just was pretty good. that it really wasn't just me being me and thinking, oh, this thing is good just because, you know, it's a game, and I had no sense of whether a game is good or bad. The game was legitimately good. You know, thank you guys for sticking through this entire series, and I know that uploads have not really been, you know, most consistent, especially with streaming no longer being a thing for the past several months. That's how things are with me being at college, because, well, right now when I'm recording this, I am still at home, but this will be going up well into me being at college. I hope you guys have enjoyed the new schedule. I know that it's not what you guys are used to, but thank you guys so much. It really has meant a whole lot, and who knows, maybe if you want, we might be able to stream this game again with a different playthrough team. I am considering that, but yeah, I love doing this as a playthrough series. I really preferred it more than just doing it as a stream series, because with all the amount of stuff we've been doing, there wouldn't have been enough time. There just wouldn't have been enough time to do. Because when you look back at what we do in December, we just didn't have enough time to do it. I want to thank you guys again. It was great, and who knows what we'll be doing next time, because even I don't know the schedule everything's going up at. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time, where we boot up a new series.